do you see a difference in how Israeli Ashkenazi Orthodox Jews approach or feel about the cantorial tradition versus American Orthodox Jews?
Yeah. In Israel, the interest in cantorial music is on the concert stage. Now, cantorial music has a long-standing concert tradition as well, which I didn't get into over here. There were pieces that were written only for concert presentation. They're not meant for davening. In Israel, the interest in it is on the concert stage, and it's there. In America, there's barely even that. America is considerably more advanced in its eschewing of the cantorial tradition than is Israel. The Carlebach, phenomenon, which is something which I loathe tremendously. I, as a matter of principle, do not sing a single Carlebach melody ever, anytime, and that's for two different reasons. Number one, because
it's true. I can attest to that.
Number one, because his music is destroying, by the death by 1,000 cuts of nusach, and number two, I'm not going to get into a debate about it here. But in terms of his lifestyle and things that are said about him and and his misogyny and things like that, I just don't think it's appropriate for his music to be sung in shul. Although I like his melodies. I mean, the melodies are nice. They're soulful.
Catchy. They're catchy.
They're soulful. They're catchy. I understand the appeal, and it appeals to me as well. But I refuse to do it as part of a davening ever. Not only that, when somebody else does it, I don't even sing along. I just simply
scowl.
I read. I always have a book.
You sit and you don't smile.
I have a book in shul.
He tries to mentally bring up Trump. He's like, "You're fired."
No, it's just I don't. It's just not part of. It's not part of my my prayer Weltanschauung. We'll put it that way. What the future holds, I don't know. I hope that this music, survives. I really do hope that it survives, because it would just be such a horrible cultural loss for it not to. But who knows?
I can't imagine that it would. And again, maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe this next generation will appreciate it less. But there are definitely people like Dan and myself, yourself, and many, many, many others that are going to do their very, very best to continue the traditions, to make sure that it's appreciated, to spread and educate about its value and its beauty. And again, one of the major things that it has going for it is that it allows us all, no matter who we are and where we're from and what our ideology and hashkafa might be, to go back to a better place and time in our mind and to really connect to a part of ourselves that maybe we miss and that we wish that we could have, and that for that one brief moment that you're listening to it, it's all comes rushing back like a flood. So that's something that I definitely find brings hope to me, and I'm sure to you as well, that it's more than just music.
Well said.
So we opened this episode in a kind of non-traditional way for our podcast, and we're going to close it in a non-traditional way for our podcast. So we will, before we close, we're going to thank you, Daniel Schwartz.
Thank you very much for having me. It was really a pleasure.
It was our pleasure, and we learned a ton about it, about the world of Chazzanut, and got to, I think, get a much greater appreciation for it and for its origins. And I think, Benny, maybe you'll agree with me here, the most iconic melody of the high holidays, which we are approaching, at least for me, I think for a lot of people, is the Avinu Malkeinu melody, popularized in pop culture, even by Barbra Streisand.
Barbara.
And was it Al Jolson also? Right?
No.
What am I thinking of?
Al Jolson's like...
No.
What was that movie? There was a movie... I got to find this.
I don't know, but the Barbra Streisand Avinu Malkeinu is not by Barbra Streisand.
Oh, I understand. It's not by Barbra Streisand.
It's also by Max Janowski.
But it was in a movie.
You talking about Yenta?
No, the jazz singer. Am I thinking of the jazz singer?
No. The jazz singer, he sang Kol Nidre.
He sang Kol Nidre. Okay.
And by the way, in the Neil Diamond jazz singer, that section is also something I watch humorously before Yom Kippur every year. That last scene in Shul, actually, the cantor who was there, his name was Uri Frankel. He was a great cantor.
Yeah, that's a fantastic scene.
was-
So I was confusing Avinu Malkeinu with Kol Nidre. But I do want to end.
And Al Jolson with Neil Diamond.
No, Al
The
Jolson.
jazz singer is
About
I'm not completely crazy.
no.
right?
There
Al
was,
Jolson with
yes,
that was
but
like in the 20s.
There were
This is an old
there were a
movie.
series.
It's an
There were
old
three different stories all about the same thing. The son of the cantor who goes on to become a
that's-
popular secular singer. Neil Diamond did the last one with Sir Alec Guinness, I think it was, who played.
No,
who
but I'm
played his
talking
father.
about the older.
The older one, also Al Jolson did do
Yes,
such a
okay.
film. Did
I
such
wasn't-
in
I wasn't
1920s.
imagining. I wasn't
He did do
imagining.
such
All
with Yossele Rosenblatt, who was one of the
Forgive me.
great cantors as well, who made a cameo appearance in there.
So let's close this out with
the Avinu Malkeinu.
the classic Avinu Malkeinu.
The Avinu Malkeinu that you're talking about comes out of the Reform liturgy. It's by Max Janowski. It's the one prayer out of the Reform prayer book, which makes me jealous of them. I really wish we had it in the Orthodox prayer book as well, because it's just such a wonderful short prayer, and Janowski's setting of it is just masterful. The version that I brought is not Barbara Streisand; it's Jan Pierce, the legendary great Jan
All right,
Pierce.
let's have it.
And we're going to close out on this note. So this is Jewanced episode 10 with Daniel Schwartz, and enjoy.
Avinu Malkeinu, chotonu lefonecho. Avinu Malkeinu, chamol oleinu, ve'yal oleinu,
I'm not crying. You're crying.